Oh. I don't believe it. Just cannot believe it. We were doing so well. Check this out. Look at this. We've got strawberry rot. That is not what I wanted to see today. This is an abomination of the gardening world. I'm telling you. This is an absolute disaster. Why? Why has this happened? We were doing really well. Look at that. That's disgusting, isn't it? What's caused that? The thing is, I've noticed a lot of the foliage, all the leaves are dying as well. Give or take these couple here, which seem to be fine. That's quite green. But everything, I've literally picked a bunch of dead leaves off of this. And now I've just discovered this is happening. I just don't know anymore. Just don't know. Can I borrow your phone a second? Thanks. Strawberry fruit plant rot.
According to Gardening Know-How, about grey mold on strawberries. Botrytis rot of strawberry is a fungal disease caused by Botrytis cinerea, a fungus that afflicts a number of other plants, and is most severe during bloom time and at harvest, in particularly rainy seasons accompanied by cool temps.
Wow. That explains a lot then, doesn't it? I think my concern now is, can we stop it from happening? When a fungal disease gets involved though, it starts spreading to other ones, doesn't it? Now I have noticed that a lot of the foliage around the top of the strawberry, that has been dying back as well. And I'll just go get the other one so you can see what I mean here. So if we look at my other ones, here's one of the other ones, and straight away you can see the foliage is just dying. This one, I mean, the strawberries have turned red, which is fantastic. That's only happened in the past day. But I've noticed, and we'll just look closer a second. This one's the one that's doing pretty well, and this is the one with the mouldy strawberry on, so obviously that isn't edible now. That was the Florence. And then we've got Romina, which is this one here. But the fruit on it, let's just take this bag off a second. These have gone really bad, and I'm tempted just to pick this just to show you. But as you can see, it's gone dark on one side of the strawberry and a bit mouldy on top, but the foliage is also dying back. So I don't really know what that means. I might even pick them and see if I can take the better ones off, because this is a little bit concerning. I hope that ambulance is for the strawberries, because they need something. They need to go to A&E immediately. So I've just googled strawberry rot from the top of the plant, which is what's happening on that one in particular. So it says strawberries can become affected with grey mould, which thrives in humid, damp conditions and when air circulation is poor around the plant. Now, they've been in the greenhouse, so is that my fault? Which would make sense, because what I did is I put the 3 that were doing the crop with the fruit, those 3 have been doing really well, producing the red strawberries. So that's been the good part. But what I've done with my other one that isn't fruiting at all is I've left it on the bottom shelf just to get it out of the way. But then it would be cooler in a lower place, wouldn't it? So therefore, that's had technically better circulation of airflow because it's near the bottom, and obviously it's not an airtight greenhouse. So that would explain that part. And actually, if you just take a look, now this is the funny part, because this one has now started to sprout something, which I thought it wouldn't. So that's now made me think, is this my doing? Is this my issue that I've created because I've put them on the top shelf and that's not helped them along their process? Especially for it to happen to the 3 that I've been trying to take the most care of because they are fruiting. But because they're fruiting, that's kind of been worse off for them in a way. So what I might do is, if I take off the best fruited ones, like that one for instance, because it does look alright. That one looks okay, but it's just brown on top with the foliage. And it does smell quite fresh, so I might pick that one in a bit, but it just feels a little bit too hard still. I mentioned in a past video that I've been getting slugs in the greenhouse. Now this has actually protected the slugs from eating the actual strawberries, which has been fantastic, as you can see there. The shininess of the slug juices that they've been on, but it has protected the strawberries. So these have been a success. The jewellery pouches have been a success. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer really. Anyway, I bought these today. What in God's name is that, you're probably saying? These are Attenborough Explorers, and they sit inside of a plant pot. Like that. And what they do, or what I'm hoping that they'll do, is deter any bugs away. I'm almost using it like a little scarecrow. Is that a good idea? Little David Attenboroughs? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place these inside some of the pots, the ones that are getting the worst of the slugs. But I thought it would be hilarious if I got some little David Attenboroughs just to pass the time really. And it would be funny because I'll forget that I've bought them, then I'll go into the greenhouse and just see mini David Attenboroughs. Check these out. Well, this has definitely cheered me up a little bit. So these are all the different David Attenboroughs. We've got one with a chameleon, just here. What's this one? He's got a little worm or something on his watch. I don't know what that is. One with a camera and one with his binoculars. I feel like every garden pot needs a little David Attenborough, but I did not have enough money to buy those. $12.99, what a rip-off. But I thought it's funny. Can already hear people saying, what a waste of money. Then again, is that a waste of money? Because I've got them forever, whereas I spent money on the strawberry plants thinking that I'd get a crop, but they've died. So, what's really a waste of money in the grand scheme of things? To cheer myself up, I'm going to plant some cress, because I know this is pretty much, well, anyone can do cress. But what I'll probably end up doing is a little tray of this, and then I can mix that in with some egg and mayo. Let's do it now. Let's end the episode on a high, shall we? Let's do some cress. Let's go get a tray. Aha. How about that? That'll do, won't it? Not too big, not too small. That's a good sized little tray, that is. If we get some compost, I'll just use some of the, what's this? The Westlands. This is the Westlands compost again. It's still quite lumpy, isn't it? This can only go well. It didn't go well. Things have already gone bad in this episode. It cannot get much worse, really, can it? What a mess. Well, at least it didn't go on the David Attenboroughs. It's gone all over the floor. What an absolute mess this is. God. Oh. So I'll just break up some of this compost because it is quite lumpy in this little tray. Just pat it down. Just like that. I'll take out some of the twiggy bits. Like that. It's quite a clean surface. The cress. Let's open the packet. So apparently there's 4,250 seeds approximately in this little seed packet. That's loads, isn't it? That's so many. And the beauty with this is that it only takes 14 days from start to finish. So what I might do is keep an ongoing crop of cress so we know what a 14-day period has been. because I can use this as a guide to see how long everything else has grown against it. That's a good idea, isn't it? And then I can distribute them in a better way. Look at all these seeds. So I'll just do it down on the floor so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to sprinkle them everywhere in this little tray, just so we get a good amount of cress that grows. That might even do for this tray. Don't want to go overboard, otherwise I'll have too much cress to deal with. Then it says gently push them down. I guess that's so they can have a slightly stronger start to their life. And now we'll give it a little water. So there we are. We've ended on a highlight and we've done some cress. So thanks very much for watching and hopefully see you again soon. David Attenborough. Cheers. Let's cheer ourselves up, shall we? Look at him. Little tiny Attenborough. And the carrots. Let's pop another one in the potatoes. Should we put the other two? Put one in the cherry tomatoes. Oh, he's definitely well suited there. Beautiful. Let's try and deter some little slugs away by putting some in the sweet corn. That will scare the slugs off. Beautiful. Hopefully he enjoys exploring. Apparently they're designed to protect your plants. Let's see how well they actually do. Can you imagine if a slug gets scared away by a little David Attenborough? I can already see it taking off on Gardener's World. You see, you didn't see Monty Don come up with that. Monty Dean came up with that. There we are.